One of the questions at the start of the day was, could Chip Hanauer become the first driver to win 3 in a row in San Diego? The answer, as you watch a dejected Hanauer being towed, is no. After 3.5 laps of chasing Jim Cropfeld, his turbine blew. Hanauer went into the water, stopping the race.
The rule states when the driver goes in the water, the race is stopped. Safety of the driver is our main concern. This way, we can get rescue equipment and medical attention to the driver immediately.
And in unlimited racing, they don't pick up where they stopped. The restart is a brand new 5-lap race, and boats that fell out of the first championship race will be replaced by alternates. So, as we say back home in North Carolina, this is a twofer day. The fans will get 2 championship races for the price of 1, and believe me, no one has left. I know Chip wanted to win this one badly. It's the last one under the long Atlas Van Line sponsorship. From now on, the boat will be known as the Miller American. Now, while the crews are working to get the boats ready for the restart, we'll show you exactly what happened. 6 boats on the course, and the pressure obvious. Chip Hanauer, Jim Cropfeld, Mickey Riemann, Ron Armstrong, Milner Irvin, and Todd Yarling. The boats milled for starting positions. Then, just inside the 1-minute gun, a close call for Cropfeld, Hanauer, and Yarling.
These drivers study each other all week during practice and qualifying. They know where they want to be on the start, and they try and get there. Usually Chip Hanauer, who likes to be on the outside in fresh, clean water, surprisingly jumped on the inside and stole it away from Jim Cropfeld.
Here's another look from our water-level camera in the SeaWorld turn.
When I was driving, I loved to jockey for position, to try and outfox the other guy, steal their lane, or get the lane of my choice. But it can be dangerous, as we just saw.
That was a close one, Lee. 7,000 pounds airborne and out of control at over 100 miles an hour. Anyone else might have lost it, but Cropfeld, celebrating his 20th year of boat racing, kept it going, and at the start, Jim put himself in perfect position. Hanauer, who's won 3 straight Gold Cups, got wet, lost power in the first turn, and fell more than 12 seconds behind. Restarted the turbine, turned up the boost, and the chase was on. Milner Irvin lost an engine, but Mickey Riemann, Ron Armstrong, and Todd Yarling were running strong, keeping the leader in sight. Cropfeld, on the inside, had his eyes on the rearview mirror and his foot in the carburetor, averaging over 130 miles an hour. Hanauer, on the outside, was literally flying. The crowd was going crazy. By the start of the 3rd lap, Chip had cut the lead to less than a second and was closing fast. Watch as the turbine lets go.
As I said at the top of the show, salt water and turbines don't mix. The combination of the salt water and Chip Hanauer pushing that turbine so hard is probably what caused it to blow. And that's the first one I've ever seen go.
Great pictures. See the holes blown in the side of the boat? There were bigger holes blown in the bottom. The boat started to sink. Hanauer went into the drink, red flagging the race so he could get help quicker. That caused a bit of a controversy. Cropfeld halfway to his first national championship, and the other boats, driven by Riemann, Armstrong, and Yarling, would have to do it again. The fans loved it, and the drivers, well, we couldn't use their comments. They're getting the boats in the water for the restart. No one here is leaving early to beat the traffic. Stay with us for more from San Diego. Welcome back to Mission Bay in San Diego. I'm Ed Dubrow along with Lee Shaneth, and if you've just joined us, we're getting ready for the restart of the Championship Unlimited Hydroplane Race. And Lee, you've been through this many times before. What's going through the mind of the drivers as they get set for this restart?
Fellows who are out there first are probably up a little tight. The guys that got a chance to move up into this new final heat will be ready to go, and it should be a good one.
One of those welcoming the opportunity, John Prevost from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. His 2nd time in San Diego, only his 3rd unlimited race. The other available slot goes to Jerry Hopp from Snohomish, Washington, a Vietnam veteran. He's finished every heat he started this year, earning the title of Mr. Consistency. And those working overtime today, the ones that were on the water when the race was red flagged, 2-time national champion Mickey Riemann, the winner of this race in front of the home folks in '77. Another hometown boy, Ron Armstrong. He's been very competitive today. He's grabbed 2nd place in 2 qualifying races. Still 12.5 miles from his first national championship, Jim Cropfeld, the Cincinnati kid, a little hot under the collar because that first race was stopped while he was leading. And rounding out the field, Todd Yarling, the 83 Rookie of the Year, must also be thinking upset after winning a qualifying race earlier today. Inside of 1 minute, it's 5 laps around the 2.5-mile course. Kropfeld, the definite favorite, but as we've already seen today in unlimited racing, anything can happen. Everyone thinking upset as they head into the SeaWorld turn for the start.
And there's Jim making his move in the exact same spot to get that inside lane.
3 abreast going into that turn. Kropfeld, Yarling, and Armstrong. Jerry Hopp is in that inside lane up ahead. Kropfeld heading right up his back. Oh, he got through. Another close call for Jim Kropfeld, and one collective sigh of relief goes up from the shore. Heading for the start line. Now, if they hit that line too soon, it's a 1-lap penalty. Right now, everyone looks good. Clock is moving. It's a good start. Jim Kropfeld has the inside lane. That could be his highway to his first national championship, and that's the lane he likes for the 7,000-pound Budweiser to be in. Todd Yarling is in lane 2. Ron Armstrong grabbed 3. Mickey Riemann didn't make a good start. He's in their wake along with Jerry Hopp and John Prevost. Kropfeld has the lead, and right now he's a busy man.
Well, you've got to watch those engine RPMs, the oil temperature, the water temperature. Keep everything where it belongs. The engine will live, and Jim's working hard at that right now.
Our cameras are on this side of the course because of that hot California sun in the west. You're looking at them heading down the backstretch. Kropfeld in the lead. Right on his hip, Ron Armstrong. That boat looks beautiful in the water, but it's the heaviest one here at 8,000 pounds.
Yes, Ron's a hometown boy, and everyone's cheering for him, but he does have a boat that's a little outdated and quite heavy. He does have very strong engines in it, though, and in a new hull, he could be a tough competitor.
Kropfeld leads them out of the SeaWorld turn. He's had 2 close calls there today. Wonder what he was thinking when he made the turn. A smooth first lap for the leader, but the lead is not that much over Ron Armstrong.
Oh, probably 3 to 4 second lead at the most, so he's got to keep it running. He can't falter a bit, or Ron Armstrong's going to be right after him.
Todd Yarling is third, and making up lost ground, Mickey Riemann has moved to a close 4th. Average speed just under 117 miles an hour. Indiana native Todd Yarling has been compared to Chip Hanauer at this point in his career. Ironically, Lee, they both started in the old Ted Dean boat, which was U-22.
Yes, but now he's in a brand new hull. It's a very good hull, but he is running stock Allisons, probably giving away 500 to 700 horsepower. They're going to increase that horsepower, and he's going to be someone to watch in the future.
Through the north turn, Kropfeld hugging the buoys, Ron Armstrong in his rooster tail, and there's Todd Yarling swinging wide.
This is a real battle for second place, but the two of them fighting so hard for second is pushing Jim to keep going faster.
Kropfeld has been in boat racing for 20 years, in unlimited for the last 2. Right now, he is whipping the 4,000 horses in that big Rolls-Royce engine and starting to stretch the lead. In the SeaWorld turn, now it's a 3-way battle for second. Riemann's on the inside, Yarling's wide, Armstrong is in the middle. Riemann just lost power. He's pulling it to the inside. Up ahead, Jim Kropfeld continues to run smoothly, pouring it on and increasing his lead. Let's take this opportunity to look back at some of the unlimited action last year. Mickey Riemann may be sitting this one out, but last racing season, he was the one that took it all in Syracuse. Tom Deeth will drive the Squire in the upcoming season. Steve Reynolds and his crew couldn't get their turbine running today, but he had it all together when he won the World Championship in Houston. In the upcoming season, that boat will be sponsored by 7-Eleven. Another of the turbines that didn't get out of dry dock was the Light All-Star, but Tom Deeth had a great day at the Lake of the Ozarks. In the upcoming season, the Unlimited Circuit will make all the usual stops and 2 new ones, Oklahoma City and Cleveland. We'll televise the Detroit race for the 3rd year over many of these stations. The Gold Cup is in Seattle. Start out early for that one. They expect over 500,000. They do love the Unlimiteds in Seattle.
In the 35 years I've been in the sport as a driver, owner, commissioner, and referee, I've never seen such interest in the sport.
And speaking of interest, Jim Kropfeld is 1 lap, 2.5 miles away from his first national championship, and he has driven a smart race.
He's using his head and his foot. He's watching the instruments, keeping an eye on everybody that's running to make sure they don't get around him.
But should he falter, Ron Armstrong and Todd Yarling are right there to pick up the hardware. I like what Jim said earlier in the week. He said he used to try to blow everyone off the water. Now he only drives slow enough to win.
Well, that's the main thing. You've got to finish to win. You've got to use your head. There's no point in trying to set records. Just get out in front of the guys and stay there. If they can't catch you, you can run slower, save your equipment. That's the thing to do.
A great shot from our water-level camera in the SeaWorld turn. You can see how a hydroplane rides on a cushion of air. It's actually riding on half its propeller. The only part of the boat in the water is an area about the size of a man's handkerchief, and they're traveling faster than the length of a football field a second. Unless something drastic happens here, Jim Kropfeld has the Miller Cup in his pocket, a hard-earned championship. Today he led for 8 laps of what was to be a 5-lap race. To the line, and there is your winner, Jim Kropfeld. From the crowd reaction, a popular victory. 6 boats started, 5 finished. A great day on the water for Ron Armstrong. 3 second-place finishes today. 3rd place belongs to Todd Yarling. 4th to Jerry Hopp, and 5th to John Prevost.
Well, it was a great race and a safe race, but here's another example of how dangerous the start can be.
And Kropfeld had yet another close call.
Those boats all bunching up in that turn coming to the start. And there's Jim almost going over the back end of Todd's boat.
2 close calls, then smooth sailing to his first national championship. Jim Kropfeld, he's as happy as if he'd gotten time and a half for overtime. Jim, tremendous effort. Your thoughts?
Well, it was a tough race. Crew did a fantastic job with the engines, and it really worked out great. And I would like to have gotten the race over with the first time out, but we had to have a restart, and we were a little concerned with our engines. But the crew made some changes this last week and added some things to the engine to give it more reliability, and then we had no problems with the rerun.
Thanks, babe. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
The Miller High Life Thunderbolt Regatta was brought to you by Martin Senor Paints, all the color of America in a can, and by Anco. See your way clear with quality Anco wiper products, and by Miller Beer. Purity you can see, quality you can taste. Miller, made the American way since 1855. The Miller High Life Thunderbolt Regatta was sanctioned by the Unlimited Racing Commission. Special thanks to their commissioner, Don Jones, and his assistant, Scott Smith, for their help. And I would especially like to thank the volunteers of the San Diego Race Committee, Pam Nolte, the race director, and Dave Lippett, the race chairman, for their outstanding cooperation. Accommodations were furnished by La Quinta Motor Inns in exchange for this announcement. La Quinta, consistent comfort, consistent value, coast to coast. For the drivers, it was a safe day. For the fans, it was bargain day on Mission Bay. They got 2 races for the price of 1. And now, for Lee Shannon, I'm Ed Dubrow. Thanks for being with us.